and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy.
The comedy landscape is ablaze with controversy as Katt Williams throws shade at key industry figures in a recent stint on Club Shet. Katt didn't hold back, unveiling backstage secrets and directing his focus squarely on none other than Steve Harvey, long hailed as the undisputed king of comedy. Williams' accusations against Harvey are relentless, alleging that Steve's success may lack the pristine image it portrays. Katt claims Harvey swiped jokes from fellow comedians, engaged in shameless self-promotion, and cozied up to the Hollywood elite. This revelation has sparked a stir in the comedy community, casting a shadow on the once glowing reputation of Steve Harvey.
That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose.
Armed with what he deems incriminating proof, Katt peels back the layers of Steve's closet, revealing a trove of skeletons. Katt possesses intriguing footage that could expedite Steve's epic downfall. The rift between Katt and Steve is not a recent development. Dating back to 2008, the feud escalated when Katt threatened to dethrone Steve as the comedy king on Jimmy Fox's radio show. Katt boldly asserted that Steve's career would crumble the moment he agreed to a comedy battle. Back then, Katt suspected Steve wasn't writing his own jokes for stand-up performances. In 2024, he goes even further, accusing Steve of cribbing his show concept from Mark Curry's Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Katt hints at a Hollywood underbelly of idea theft, claiming Steve attended Mark Curry's sitcom and walked away with more than just a few good laughs. This revelation sheds light on a long-standing feud and the complex dynamics within the comedy world.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
The comedian now contends that Steve Harvey paved his path to fame and success by leeching off others' attempts to make it big. Katt disputes Harvey's purported period of homelessness, alleging that the stories of living in his car are fabricated. According to Katt, Harvey's claims lack consistency, asserting that Steve Harvey was never homeless. Katt reveals that Mark Curry was touring with Harvey 25 years ago, making $3,000 a show in cash, performing 5 shows a week. Stirring the flames further, Katt delves into the beef between Steve and the late Bernie Mac. Katt claims he was approached to be the 4th king of comedy but declined, wary of facing the same fate as Bernie. He implies that Steve's actions during Bernie's time signaled a lack of respect, alleging that Steve believed he was funnier and should have headlined the tour. This revelation adds layers to the complex dynamics and conflicts within the comedy scene.
Kings of Comedy was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him. Of course you gotta close if it's your tour.
In a final blow, Katt asserts that Steve's career truly soared only after Bernie Mac exited the scene, prompting audiences to ponder the behind-the-scenes dynamics shaping the comedy landscape. Steve now faces significant backlash with these fresh allegations about lies and hidden agendas that propelled him to the top while his colleagues faded into public oblivion. In the bygone era, Steve was part of the original Kings of Comedy, a show that showcased the creme de la creme of the comedy industry. Together, these comedic maestros captivated global audiences, leaving an indelible mark with razor-sharp routines and spot-on humor. Yet, beneath the surface of their collective success, internal tensions brewed, particularly between Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac. This revelation unveils the complex interplay that influenced the trajectory of these comedy legends.
Is that where you and Bernie butted heads?
That was our only odds. That was our only odds.
Behind the scenes, a simmering rivalry marred the group dynamics, ultimately preventing a second tour despite the initial triumph. Bernie Mac pointed fingers at Steve Harvey, accusing him not only of pilfering material, but also attempting to snatch a movie role. In an interview with GQ, Bernie disclosed Steve's alleged clandestine move to secure a part in Ocean's 11, unveiling unsettling truths that align with Katt's perspective on the conflict between Steve and the late Bernie Mac. Back then, Harvey didn't address these claims of being an ugly thief and a traitor, seemingly ashamed of being caught. Later, another king of comedy, D.L. Hewley, expressed his opinion on the whole story, and it didn't seem to portray Steve in a favorable light either. This narrative unveils the intricate dynamics and conflicts that unfolded within the kings of comedy.
Sometimes people just ruin a good thing.
Yeah, just cause,
Evidently, Steve's entire modus operandi was to shadow famous and funny men, allegedly stealing their careers to build his own. This revelation has caused a significant shift in public perception, leading many to now view him in a new light. Social media has become a platform for slamming the self-proclaimed king of comedy, with one user stating, "Steve has never been an idol. I've never seen him as a king of comedy. He's a self-proclaimed king." Another added, "I didn't even know Steve Harvey was considered a comedian. I just thought he was a TV host." Steve's questionable nature is not a recent revelation, and the long-standing whispers about the feud between Steve and Bernie have now become open talk in the industry. Cedric the Entertainer, another king of comedy who witnessed it all, shed more light on the behind-the-scenes tension, confirming the animosity between Harvey and Mac during an appearance on Club Shay in 2022. This narrative exposes the complex dynamics and controversies within the comedy world.
Disappointed, but I understood that, those kind of things happen.
Describing them as alpha males unable to see eye to eye, Cedric revealed that the strained relationship played a pivotal role in his decision to decline an offer for the original Kings of Comedy 2. He emphasized, "They're both alpha males, like they just saw it differently, you know what I'm saying." But at the end of the day, they were able to get through it. Unfortunately, with Bernie Mac no longer present to address the situation, Katt Williams' recent Bombshell interview offered another opportunity for Steve's alleged adversary, Mark Curry, to once again voice his grievances about Harvey's alleged unsavory nature and how it compromised his career. This revelation provides additional insight into the conflicts and challenges within the comedy industry.
Why are you on my material?
Right.
What's that about? And then, people want to jump up, oh, he didn't know, he didn't steal your... So yes, he did.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, as per Katt Williams' explosive, candid talk, seemingly struggled to produce a single funny line on his own. Before assembling a team of writers, Harvey was accused of shamelessly pilfering material from other talented comedians. Williams exposed Harvey's alleged shady secrets, including a grand theft claim of plagiarizing Mark Curry's entire "Hanging with Mr. Cooper" concept for his renowned Steve Harvey show. This revelation sheds light on the controversy surrounding Harvey's comedic career.
The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
The rumors surrounding Steve Harvey's alleged theft of material could have remained mere speculation if not for a recently resurfaced interview where the victim, Mark Curry, confirmed that Steve did indeed steal his material almost word for word. Mark, unaware of the situation, learned about the theft when a friend alerted him about his material appearing on another comedian's show. In an expression of disbelief, Mark stated it wasn't about the money, noting that Harvey already had enough. To him, it seemed like Steve wanted to emulate him. However, this isn't the only instance of comedy robbery Steve is accused of. Katt Williams disclosed additional instances, claiming Steve did his fellow comedian dirty by attempting to snatch Bernie's role in Ocean's 11. These revelations expose a pattern of alleged misconduct in Steve Harvey's comedic career.
What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have.
Surprise, surprise. It turns out Katt's words are substantiated by others, like an unnamed lover who confirmed that Steve did indeed swipe Bernie Mac's material. The lover revealed that Steve couldn't stand the fact that Bernie was naturally gifted with comedic talent. Adding fuel to the fire, the lover shared Bernie Mac's own words about Steve's alleged unsavory moves. According to Bernie, Steve Harvey had called to try to secure Bernie's role in Ocean's 11 and engaged in other questionable actions. Bernie's daughter, Janice, praised Katt for his candor in the interview, further throwing shade at Steve. It appears Steve's alleged lies are on the brink of catching up with him, all thanks to Katt's bold remarks and the corroborating accounts from others.
Why would you do all of that man's stuff that he did on his show on yours, and then do the dude's stand-up?
While astute industry observers are already familiar with the less savory aspects of Steve Harvey's character, navigating through life by betraying and downplaying people, for many of his fans, the revelations are poised to be a significant exposure of Harvey's darker side.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me.
A pivotal moment highlighting this occurred when actress and comedian Monique sought support from Steve, an industry titan. Instead of offering solidarity, Steve essentially confessed that money held a higher priority for him than integrity. This incident exposed Steve as a two-faced person, prioritizing financial gain over principles. Monique openly expressed her hurt at Steve's choices, emphasizing that before the money game, there's the integrity game, and in this regard, Steve had lost. His conscious choice to build a name on other people's talents became evident. Despite his current statements, a growing skepticism surrounds Steve's pristine image. A commenter noted that Steve's admission of choosing money over integrity revealed a lot about him, while another expressed support for Katt, branding Steve a snake. The controversy deepened when Steve allegedly attempted to intervene when Oprah blackballed Monique, pushing for an apology. The ongoing discussion around Steve Harvey suggests that sooner or later, he will be compelled to address the questions surrounding his rise to fame. The consensus among viewers remains divided, with opinions ranging from disappointment in Steve's alleged actions to steadfast support for those, like Katt Williams, who shed light on the perceived injustices within the comedy industry. As the discourse continues, viewers are encouraged to share their thoughts in the comments, fostering a nuanced conversation around the complex dynamics of fame and integrity. Don't forget to explore other videos for additional insights and updates.